is an incredible story of innovation, determination, and hope. It is the story of Heman Bekele, a 15-year-old scientist who has taken the scientific community by storm with his extraordinary creation, a soap that treats cancer. Yes, you heard that right.
Most 14-year-old boys spend their time playing video games or skateboarding, but not Heman Bekele. He spent the last year developing a bar of soap that could treat skin cancer. It was the winning entry at the annual 3M Young Scientist Challenge, considered one of the top science and engineering competitions for 5th through 8th graders. Heman's taking a little break from his work to join us here in the studio. Heman, tell us about this bar of soap. How does it work?
Sure. So SCTS, which stands for Skin Cancer Treating Soap, is basically this compound-based bar of soap that's charged with different cancer-fighting chemicals to help treat different forms of skin cancer. Pretty much the way that it works is it uses this drug called imidazoquinolines, and it wraps it around this lipid-based nanoparticle. And the concept here is that even though the soaps and suds will be washed away by the soap, there will still be all of the medicinal components stuck there by the lipid-based nanoparticle. And this is kind of a more new and novel approach to fighting against skin cancer.
And how did you come up with the idea of a bar of soap as the delivery product for this medicine?
Yeah, I think that my main goal here was not only to fight against skin cancer, but to find a more affordable and accessible approach to it. And so with that, you really need to find a completely different way towards the traditional form of treating skin cancer, which really is surgery or radiation therapy or something like that. And so it led me to think of things like topical application, like a cream or a bar of soap, because those are a lot more affordable and are a lot more accessible too. So that's what really got me to that bar of soap as the final product.
You say you want it to be affordable and accessible, and this is not just a project that's one-off. You want to develop this.
Exactly, I do. And I actually have plans that by 2028, I hope to turn this passion project into more than that. I hope to turn it into a non-profit organization so that I can provide equitable and accessible skin cancer treatment to truly as many people as possible.
Have you always been interested in science?
I mean, since before I can remember, I've just had such a huge love for just knowing things about this world and being curious and really asking questions. And I think that that initial curiosity really did grow into my love and my passion for science and creating new things and starting to make my own experiments. And I think that's what really started to slowly progress into this bar of soap as just a passion project.
Are there particular fields of science that are more interesting to you than others?
Yeah, I love biology, and when I was younger, I really always tried to do different experiments with random household chemicals you would find. It's crazy how far that's grown to now actually using lab validated types of chemicals. So yeah, just biology, chemistry, those two, just really passionate about those.
Now in this competition, I know that 3M paired you with a 3M project engineer named Deborah Isabel. Was that the first time working with someone at that level?
Yeah, it was my very first time actually working with someone that actually has had this much experience in something like project management and science, and it really was great to be able to pick minds with her and be able to speak with her on so many different topics. And she was great not only with helping me on the science point of it, but at the same time also helping me with all of her wonderful connections. If I needed to speak with a biochemist or a biologist, I could always just ask her and she would connect me to someone like that. And I think it's just great that not only was she super helpful in that perspective, just helping me with everything, but she also just had a wonderful connection with everyone inside of 3M.
What's the best thing you learned from her?
I think I really was inspired by the way that she always looked at problems. I think that she broke everything down to its really raw components, right? If I asked her a question, she wouldn't just think of it as that one question. She would break it down into multiple questions. And I think that's a great outlook at life, and it's a great outlook at how to crack things down in science, and that really did help me even in the future.
Now, I know there was a $25,000 award that went with this this prize. What are you going to use it for?
Yeah, I think that a lot of it's going to go towards the project itself. There's a lot of things like certifications, FDA certification, clinical trials, all of those, and there is some expenses that come with that, so I will invest a portion of the money for that. And then as well as that, just to help with my further education as well, whether it be college or some STEM program or something like that as well, just to further my own education as well.
Now you're in high school now, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm a freshman.
Do you find yourself in science classes just miles ahead of your classmates?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's even hard to notice when you really are passionate about what you're learning, and I always just try to really stay invested and learn as much as I possibly can. You know, the possibilities with science are endless, right? So whether you know a concept or you don't, it's always going to be interesting to learn as much about it as you can, and that's what really keeps me going.
In the introduction, I was sort of joking about 14-year-olds playing video games and skateboarding, but what do you like to do for fun?
Yeah, obviously this bar of soap is definitely not all about me. I also really love to play chess. I run track and field for my school. I'm a part of Model UN, Science Olympiad. So there's a lot of other things I also do that I find really fun.
What's your event in track?
Oh, I run really short distance, 55 meter, 100 meter, things like that.
Heman Bekele, thanks very much.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Scientist Challenge winner, and he's joined by his mentor, Deborah Isabel. She is 3M Project Engineering Specialist with Abrasives. Heman, Deborah, it is wonderful to have you both here. Thanks for joining me today.
Thank you so much. Great to be here.
So, Heman, you just rang the closing bell to celebrate your accomplishments in winning the 3M Young Scientist Challenge. What was it like to be on that podium and ring that bell?
It's surreal. It's honestly one more thing checked off my bucket list. It is really a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and it's so great. I think more than anything, I'm really happy and proud to be here, but at the same time, I'm so grateful for even being provided this amazing opportunity.
Okay, so now tell us, what brought you here? What's your project?
Sure, so my project, it's called SCTS, which stands for Skin Cancer Treating Soap. And so it's a compound-based bar of soap, and it's charged with different types of cancer-fighting chemicals, the main one being imidazoquinolines, which is this TLR7 ingredient that can really help with fighting against different types of rashes, and in this case, skin cancers.
Okay, and Deborah, you're his mentor, and you mentored Heman during the project. So during the course of the project, was there a moment that was like a turning point when you saw that he was making a major development?
What I would say is he's such an incredible young man, and just the start to see that passion and that excitement that just brought me along. And especially because this project is about helping other people and making other people's lives better, it just was so encouraging. And we had the conversations around, what are you trying to do? Do you know if anybody has done this before? How do you check for that? So we talked about intellectual property and how do you check on it? This is something that you want to patent. Are there already patents out there? And it was just exciting to see him he just goes all in, and it was exciting to see.
So Heman, are you planning to evolve this product and bring it to market?
Of course. I do have a basic 5-year out written plan. However, just to sum it up, it includes acquiring FDA and IEC certification, because it is so important that not only am I going to have to do some human testing before I bring it out into the market, just to make sure it's 100% effective, but additionally make sure that it gets a provisional patent and it's 100% ready to be put out in the market. So there are a couple steps left, but at some point I do hope to make it a commercialized product.
And Deborah, what does it mean to you and other scientists to see Heman winning this award?
It inspires us, and it reminds us of our own love of science. It's exciting to see the young people. Sometimes you get, with everything that's going on in the news, you get caught up in all the bad news. And this is good news. This is young people saying there's a problem and I'm going to figure out how to solve it. And look, here's a solution. And so it reminds us what we can do when we start to focus on the problem and solving the problem, instead of kind of maybe getting overwhelmed by all of the things that are happening. But just pick something and work on it, and you can make a difference.
All right, and finally, Heman, the answer that we're all waiting to hear is, what are you planning to do with the prize money?
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit disappointing saying this at the New York Stock Exchange, where I'm sure most of you are expecting, I'll invest it or I'll put it towards something. But unfortunately, I think all I'm going to do is the boring answer of, I'll probably save most of it for college. I'll keep some of it to further develop this project, and patents, certification, all of that. I'll use it for that, as well as the end goal just being getting to college and even further beyond.
Well, our future is bright, Heman.
Thank you.
With
Thank you so much.
Doing what you're doing. So wonderful to have you here. Congratulations again on winning this fabulous
Thank you
award.
so much. It's so great to be here.
Pleasure to have you both.
Heman Bekele, a 15-year-old prodigy, is not your average high school student. While most teens are concerned with homework and social life, Heman has been dedicating his time to solving one of the world's most challenging health issues, cancer. Heman's journey began with a simple question: how can we make cancer treatment more accessible and less invasive? This curiosity led him to develop a revolutionary soap that does not just clean, but could potentially save lives. So, what exactly is this soap, and how does it work? Heman's invention combines natural ingredients with scientifically proven compounds that target cancer cells. When used, the soap releases this compound, which then penetrates the skin and work to eliminate cancerous cells. The soap is designed to be both affordable and easy to use, making it a potential game changer for people in areas where traditional cancer treatments are not readily available. The scientific community has been buzzing about Heman's invention. Experts are amazed at the potential of such a simple yet effective tool in the fight against cancer. Although still in its testing phase, this soap has the potential to revolutionize how we approach cancer treatment. While more research and clinical trials are needed, Heman soap represents a beacon of hope for millions. It is a reminder that innovation can come from anywhere, even a high school science lab. But for Heman, this invention is just the beginning. He hopes his work will inspire others, especially young people, to pursue their passions in science and technology. Thank you for watching. Do not forget to like and share your thoughts in the comment box below. Until next time, cheers and have a good one.